CIU podcast. Well, CIU podcast listener, we said good evening, good afternoon. This is Dr. Williams with Professor Chris Kempson. Actually, this section of the episode of the podcast is a continuation of the one we had. We have previously talking about law school life, our first year law school. But this time we'd like to talk about what is it like for students coming in. Sometimes, it's a little different, a little confused. What is it like? How do we help them? How the professors, the university, the Berkeley College of Law help them? Professor Grayson, you want to continue with that?
I can. So why would you choose law school? Well, the common expression and the idea that America is a nation of laws and not of men traces the roots back to the earliest days of the nation, when the founding fathers were developing the concepts of the preservation of liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and the protection of freedoms in our Constitution. So the study of law is basically just that, the system of justice that is derived from that body of governance. Law school itself is very challenging, but yet very rewarding. As law students, you will acquire skills, not just simply knowledge, okay? The skills as 1Ls, first years, that reading like a lawyer, thinking like a lawyer, and writing like a lawyer, your skills in those areas of obviously speaking will improve. If you're shy, in front of a public forum, then we will help you get over that shyness. If you're writing, if you're used to writing normal papers in college, research type papers, well, and we're using APA style and things of that nature. Legal writing is a little different than that. Legal writing is more fact-based rather than concept-based writing or research type-based writing that you're used to. And reading like a lawyer, well, the law itself is a very challenging body of literature to read. Because, as I said, we're a nation of laws under the rule of law, right? A nation of men under the rule of law. Those laws are made by our elected legislative bodies, which sometimes are very specific and sometimes are not so specific. And so this is where the rule of law comes in and the interpretation through our judicial system. And as attorneys, as lawyers, you will be part of that judicial system, representing that, defending that, and basically helping lay people through that system.
Yeah. And so that's a big responsibility, right? As law.
It is.
If you have a law degree, it's not just being a lawyer. You have a lot of Fortune 500 CEO lawyers. They have law degrees. So the law degree, you learn this way how to withstand stress, how to study, and the mental foundation putting yourself in place. It open up a wide variety of opportunity for you, professional opportunity for students who successfully complete the program. Even if they didn't want to practice law, there are a lot of opportunities available for them. And for that training, initially, it's stressful, it's difficult, it's challenging, but our job at the Berkeley College of Law is to reduce some of the stress level, help the students, professor, make it easier for the students a little bit in terms of then helping them to understand the program. One of the first courses we teach them is Introduction to Law, Legal Analysis and Writing. You say things like a lawyer, read like a lawyer, speak like a lawyer, like you said. And in doing that, of course, once they develop the proper skill, they begin to understand the application of that first year course of lawyering. And that's what we do throughout the year, not just one course, but that course, the application of that course go out throughout the entire stay at the law school. So that one course is very, very important. So yep, first year, students, what is it like for students? It's challenging, it's difficult. But when you come to Berkeley College of Law, we challenge you, we get the best out of you, but at the same time, since students, the university is student focused, we do our best to make it easier for you to understand the program and not lose anything, the value of the program you're starting, we want to make sure that at the end you actually benefit from it and that you have all of the material available to you. Professor?
That is absolutely correct. And most people think traditionally that, well, I'm going to law school to get a Juris Doctorate, and then I have to take the bar exam because I want to be a practicing attorney. Well, that is only one small facet, one small profession as far as a practicing attorney in a courtroom that you can do with your JD degree. You can be a mediator.
Yep.
You can be a law clerk. You can be a compliance manager, an immigration lawyer, certified public accounting. You can do that. There's many things that you can do besides just, straight litigation, criminal defense attorney or things like that. You can be a staff attorney for businesses, what's called general counsel, corporate counsel. You can work for various government agencies, federal, state, municipalities, in their compliance and regulatory departments.
Right.
And you can work in the U.S. Patent Office as a patent attorney.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so many things you can do with that corporate law degree or with that law degree.
Yeah. So all we ask you to do is, when you come in the program, be focused. Set some time aside, or do your study each week, because you have a lot of material. 900 pages, 1,200 pages, 1,500 pages. It depends the course you study. But you have to set some time aside to study. Don't think about cramming and just breezing through the program. If you really truly want to benefit from the program, you must follow the assigned weekly material. Be ready to participate in the class, the cases, analyze and study them, and then don't be irritated because your friend in the class has a different opinion. That's law school. It's training you that you can be disagreeable. You can have, be okay and have different opinions. You don't definitely have to agree on the same thing, but you can still be friends, work together, be colleagues. We see that a lot of time with senators, legislatures, they disagree on many things, but they still work together. But when it comes to policy, when it comes to legal analysis, they stick with their core belief. And once they think that's good for the constituent or for the clients, that's what they advocate. While the other person has the right to do the same. And if you want to be quiet and say nothing, that's your right too. But in law school, we really don't encourage you to be quiet and plead the fifth. We want you to be involved. Again, this end of this podcast. Final word, Dr. Professor Chris Gibson.
Well, and I agree with you, Dr. Williams, that we basically mold and shape our students because there's some foundational, like I said, degree skills. We're teaching you a skill, not just knowledge. The critical thinking, the logical reasoning, the public speaking, presentation skills, persuasion, and leadership, because some students will come out of their shell after the first year and be some of the best orators that I've ever had the chance of meeting.
Well, that goes it. CRU Nation, thank you for listening, tuning into this episode of the podcast. We'll see you on the next one. This is Dr. Williams and
Professor Chris Kempson.
See you on the next episode. Thank you so much.
Thank you.